and really appreciate y'all coming in. It's exciting to talk to these couples and and see what life is really like. Since I noticed, I was looking for a picture and I noticed that you guys have been together over 5 years, right?
Even a little bit more.
6 years now.
6 years? Yeah, because I stole a picture of you.
Yeah.
And I think on the picture it said, I thought it said 5th anniversary, but I could be wrong. Okay,
yes. Yeah, we are a bit longer together, but we actually married.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay.
Marriage officially, we reunited in a marriage 5 years ago, but we know each other 6 years.
I see. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Like we're going on 7 years, but we've been married for going on 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you made her an honest woman by marrying her. Okay.
No,
that's a funny story on its own.
Is it? Well, let's start there.
Let's start with a funny story of why we are married officially in a beautiful island of Cyprus, the goddess of love.
Wow, y'all got married on Cyprus. Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm saying married in Cyprus.
We married in Cyprus.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a beautiful place to get married.
Beautiful place where the goddess of love is there.
It was the place allowing us to, the two of us, getting married.
It was really for the fun, and make this a bit of a connection. If you know about karma, and then we have a contract on this life that we are signed to be together as husband and wife, and that's now set. We want to set it in the records for that. So,
okay. Oh, you got to tell us about this. Okay, so so you obviously you have shared downloads or intel or whatever to know that you have a contract for this life, right? I mean, together.
From the moment
we looked in each other's eyes. How's the sound? Good to know.
No, it's good. It's just delayed. So
okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You're going to be doing the talking.
From the moment we met, it was clear, that we have to do something together. And then there was a memory, and for him already, he has his own story, seeing me already for way too long. Only I was not showing up yet. And indeed, one moment in time, I was showing up. And the moment he said something, and I, in my whole body, felt like, oh my God, he speaks the truth. You know, from that knowing, like, okay. And then we went on this funny journey, like, oh my God, we go way back 2000s of years ago, and there, and there, and oh, then I was a man, now I'm a woman, like crazy stuff.
This life,
we know, it's supposed to be a couple.
We are the most amazing reconnection with each other, soul love, oneness. This is really the best union I could ever imagine.
That sounds great. Who takes out the trash?
Together. The trash is only a few steps away from the doorstep, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So
we are sharing, about that. We are really, really, let's say, a couple that we are very much in harmony, and we never have any issues. Everybody understands each other. We are heart connected, and I'm doing, she's doing, I'm doing. Everything has become really in a harmonious way. There is never like, hey, you do this, you do that. Everything is in pure harmony, and we live life of a retreat here. We have no time zone. We have no restrictions. So our life is very, very in the flow. So whatever is coming in the flow, we are there. So, hey, let's go to the beach. Go to the beach. We don't plan it ahead like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and since we're not flying anymore, so that was the only time restriction in the past that, oh, we need to get to the airport, at that X time, that we don't have it anymore. So now really we are outside of time. Like now we have a meeting with you, okay? So that's a time, but it's one in many days that we have like a schedule.
Nice. Does anybody ever get triggered
by us? Or
well, no. I mean, do either one of you ever get triggered by externals or each other or yourself or the energies? Period.
Yeah, 100%. There's always something in the same way as there's nothing. But I feel we know before we met, we were both on this very clear path about loving ourselves unconditionally. So to meet the other, if he or she is even waiting for me somewhere on this planet, to be ready to meet in that purity, in that unity, into that oneness.
Yeah, that's number one.
Because I was not interested in any man who need to deal with all kind of shit, or has no tools and awareness of I need to heal the guy or I need to put him on my back. I was not into that at all. I said to myself, I'm better off alone. And it would be very magical if there's someone out there who's actually matching with me. Little did I know, I was really close to manifesting him in my life. And he had the same. Like, she's probably somewhere. He arrived in so many places, he could probably meet me somehow. But again, we believe very much in this divine timing. And everything fell into place.
And the
hint
we like to give to everyone, the moment you meet your love of your life or the twin soul, whatever, try to think if you want to change something in your spouse. If you want to change anything in your spouse, whatever, one thing, run away. Because the trick is never, ever want to change something in her, and she never, ever want to change something in me. And that's already a green light. Go ahead. The moment you don't like her, are you with us?
Yes. yes. It's delayed, so I'm listening. It's just coming in delayed. So that's a great rule. I mean, that's not just a rule for couples. I mean, that's a rule for everybody, isn't it?
Everybody,
Let everybody do their thing. I mean,
don't judge anybody. If it's not for you, just move away. There's so many people you can connect with.
So, okay, how did you guys meet though? I mean, in the physical. Or let me ask you. Did you have? She said you had an idea that who she was, or you received some information or something before you met her, right?
A vision that I really saw her with me in many future life. So she was a very gray white hair, standing on a big stage with thousands or millions of people in front of her. But I could see the vision of that. And I've been traveling many years as a nomad yogi, teaching workshops and meditation groups and whatever. And then I could meet many people, and I've been to many places and cities and retreats and communities and so on. And she was not there. And life brought me to middle of nowhere in Portugal. I started a community 9 years ago. And there, I was not teaching anything. I just invited a group from Holland to have a workshop there. I was just hosting them. And there she was, one of these one of the group people, And that for me was a relief, because when I was teaching workshops, I had a thing, never have relationship with one of the students, because it's really bad for the group, really bad for your karma. Anyway, so I was very relieved that she came in that moment, but I was not teaching anything. I was just hosting. So that was a blessing, and that was really meant to be.
So did you walk up to her and tell her who she was, or how did that happen?
Yeah, I mean...
No, it was funny. I arrived there because I wanted to feel very strong Like I, just before I arrived there, in the eyes of everyone around me, I had a perfect life. Everything, the house, the apartment, the guy who wanted to marry me, everything. Only I inside was dying, literally. So I was shouting, put me somewhere in the nature so I can find myself again and can be clear in the communication to then the ex-boyfriend. I continue yes or continue no. And also on an emotional level, that I could say a full-on yes or no. So I just needed to have my time and space to relax in the nature with the idea, some workshops with singing, dancing, arts. I'm into that. So great. Little did I know that from that moment I arrived there, uh, like it goes against my standards, right? Going from one guy to another guy, being with more guys is so not me. Um, and I just wanted to have a no or a yes going back. And then he asked me at one moment in time, something like, "Do you love him?" And I was like, "I love him, but more as brother, not so much as the one that I'm really continue my life with. And actually, I one day maybe can say I staying with you forever or something like that." So I was like, "Oh, oops!" But I was not into him in, "Oh wow, he's amazing. This is the man." I was consciously, unconsciously projecting onto him. I don't know who's this guy. He's a little bit weird, living in that place. I don't know his background. He seems to a little bit strange to me.
Stranger.
A stranger.
Yeah.
But from the moment I arrived, already we talked about it. Funny enough, this day, I had my weird allergies. Because of that, with the group, they say you go and buy shopping, so you choose some food for you. And he, as the gentle host, take me in the jeep to the supermarket with some other persons as well to help. But he started to talk about Shakti, Shiva, Kundalini yoga, blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Hey man, I'm also in the Kundalini yoga teacher training right now. Still, I need to finish it." "Oh yeah, I was a student of Yogi Bhadia, blah blah blah." Kundalini yoga guru guy traveling all around the world. And I was the other opposite side, like, no way you're gonna have, it's just not attractive. Just zero teacher. It's not a guy above you and you're one of the students. Is so unattractive. So little did we know that we find out we were on so many similar paths. And it's not only the Kundalini yoga, it was from naturopathy, kinesiology, herbs, food, consciousness, love, so many things. We had our individual journey to, in that particular moment of time, we could fully recognize each other. And it was almost scary, like, "Hey, I'm doing this and this. Me too. Hey, I'm interested in this. I love it." Like everything was the same. So that was truly unique. Or it went so far, like sensitive, both of us. So if indeed suddenly someone, I don't know, exhaust of a car or perfume in a shop or suddenly a cigarette, we're both like, let's get let's get out of here.
Yeah, very similar.
These
Basically,
crazy things,
the awareness. Very similar awareness.
Yeah.
Very easy going together. And when we talk about karma, it's maybe another chapter. If you like, if your audience or you like to hear about it. Many and loving each other and have children.
Okay.
So it's just
Go
a
ahead.
karma connection, and we can talk about it later. Meaning that the karma connection, actually you stay together not for the purity of love or the soul connection, but just because you need to finish something in this life with each other.
That's right.
And that's why we see so many divorce, because when you finish the karma with your couple, that's the time to divorce. It's actually beneficial to cut it because it's done. You learn your lesson, you can move on, hopefully. And really what we feel when we're easygoing with each other and we don't have really big arguments or big issues with each other, that means we have no karma with each other. And this is really releasing the stress from the relationship. It's really making the relationship so soft and easygoing, and we let each other be, and we want the same things in the now moment, and share the happiness of the life, what we are able to live right now. And
yeah, and we're prepared. I feel we were very prepared for that.
yeah,
Like we were into the place that we were, or I can speak for myself, I wanted to manifest myself in a space that even though I'm alone, zero relationship, I want to be happy and I want to feel love and everything like that. That I don't need anyone to give me something. I need something from the outside. So I was very much focusing on that for so many years, knowing that somehow I deserve the highest love or the highest frequency in that. So if the other one is not there, I will be alone. So let's make it good for me and let's find out how that actually works, because parents don't teach you, school don't teach you, nobody is in my reality, nobody was showing anything that I knew could be a possibility. I was into that. I love to experience this, although I don't know if I can experience it. So any attachment to that guy, that man, the ultimate, I was like, okay, I let it go. Woman staying forever, so many friends, oh, I'm running out of time with babies and all kind of stories. But I felt there's another layer, there's another dimension in this, or in my journey, in my reality, that I'm striving for something more or beyond blah 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 what I see or what with others. And yeah, when you after so many years suddenly meet someone who speaks that same language, like, I'm not here to teach you anything, I'm not here to heal you. If you need to heal yourself, bye bye, take your time, do your thing. But you can't be with me in that relationship, in that love relationship, in that ultimate love relationship, which I wish for myself. I love to manifest it, and otherwise I will move on, no problem. And indeed, the two of us being on the journey together, of course we have our things, but it's in such a way that if I forget literally who am I let's say can go into moments of suddenly not feeling confident. Then he reminds me of how powerful I actually am. And in the beginning, even, like, he could see me already in the best version of me, which I could not see at all. So in a way, for him, tough to see me struggling, maybe, but at the same time having that positive and powerful projection onto you. It's so powerful. You can you you reach so fast into another layer of, yeah, in that higher self connection, in that divine connection. And yeah, it's the same for him.
Yeah.
If he comes with kind of now you do your thing, and
so
I can help.
the moment we connected is happening that we become more oneness.
Yeah,
we are really become one entity, and this is what we're experiencing really, really strong.
Yeah, we went to bizarre process.
Yeah, and that allow us now to grow together, spiritually wise or consciously wise. We are growing and upgrading together our psyche, and this is very powerful. We, in these 5 years, we moved like 50 years in awareness, in consciousness, and this is the wonderful experience. What we experience, so powerful. We feel that we feel many times we are in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the feeling many times.
So how long did it take before she moved in with you? From the time that you came over from Holland?
No, it was immediately because the scenario was a big land of 6 hectares, and there was a temple that I built from straw bale in the middle. And then when she came there, she came with a group, and then the group left, and she stayed in the middle of nowhere. So I don't recommend it to many women to stay with a stranger in the middle of nowhere. The outcome can be horrific sometimes, I believe. But in our case, it was amazing.
Wow. So you just left your apartment and everything?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it was quite fun.
In 1 month's time, my whole life was gone.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Inclusive friends, family, everything.
And so what happens when one or the other gets triggered or forgets who they are? Do you do the same for him that he does for you, as you were explaining?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And we're also practicing forgiveness on a very high level. We call it forgive and forget. Forgive and forget.
And how do you do that?
This is beautiful tool that was maybe taught by Jesus many years ago. But practicing this, forgive and forget, is really what it is, because we know we actually live in the now moment, all of us. We forget it, but the reality is that we all live in the now. So it's so easy to forgive, or I'd say before, it's so easy to forget, because if we do live in the now, whatever happened 2 minutes ago, it does not matter. And the forgiveness comes from that, because if there's nothing there in the past, that's it.
There's nothing to forgive.
This is the trick, really, for life, not only for relationship, for everybody.
No, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's a lag. Yeah.
You
No, I totally
something.
get what you're saying. No, you're good. You're good. It comes and goes. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but it stops.
No,
and then,
it's
no, I think that's a really that's a really good point, because it's obviously you want to acknowledge whatever's going on. I mean, that's being present, but then once it's gone, it's done. Like, I mean, I think as a collective, I think we're starting to figure out you just don't carry it with you. I mean, what's the point? What's the point? Right? I mean, it doesn't make any sense at all.
And this is the microcosmos. But imagine on a macrocosmos between countries and the past, and you killed my nation 100 years ago or a year ago, and I killed you. This has to stop, because we are all humans doing the best we can here on the planet Earth. Each one, and as a could forgive each other and forget. There's nothing matters what happened. The history, as we know, is anyway fake. All the history of the world is fake. It's proven. So what does it matter? There's nothing in my history or the collective history that really matters. It only matters what we are doing now with you, and how we move from here to the next step. This is what excites me.
Yeah. And the only thing that's relevant really in the past is like the story, the immediate story. Like I gotta know. So you went over there with this group from Holland.
Yeah.
They all leave. He's got a temple in the middle of nowhere. You're talking about, like, you might as well have been living in a cave, I guess. No plumbing, nothing.
It was better than a cave. It was a beautiful nature.
It was a big space.
No, but I mean, like, did you have like?
I could live in a cave for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't have indoor plumbing. Did you have electricity?
Solar panel.
Okay. Yeah. So you're living with this strange, wild man in the middle of nowhere, in these kind of conditions.
Rough conditions. Rough conditions.
Back to basics.
Yeah.
And you were fine with it. Yeah. So I guess y'all moved right into the sacred sexuality right away, pretty much consummating the connection. I mean, I would imagine.
We believe both of us know a lot about Tantra, and let's call it spiritual Tantra. Some people confuse Tantra, but it's another lecture we can show. No, because it's a very abused topic. But yeah, yes, very, very nice energy. And the most important, what all men forgot, that the woman is the center of sexuality, not in the way of all men think of a woman, but as she's the projector, she's the creator, she's
That's
the
right.
one who take you forward. So it's everything's upside down in the world. I mean, all men project the woman, she's the object, but it's the opposite. Women are creating us, creating the and that's what I believe in, and that's why we are so like this.
Absolutely. I'm in agreement with you.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with you. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe more men understand they are the powerful leader, and we are the objects. And women should also remember that they are the leaders of the energy. Then everything becomes in harmony. We see lots of horrible stories with women and abuse all the time. It's because women forget their part. And of course, men forget their part, but women also need to become more empowered and really understand where they are, and where are they projecting their creativity and sexuality, which is connected.
True. Good point. Good point. Well, there's a lot of programming out there in the male and the female. So, I mean, and a lot of it's unconscious or very deeply imprinted. So, I mean, this is part of
parents, our parents behaved according to the, let's say, upside down concept.
So I know, Morgan and I have done, we've talked quite a bit about a lot of things in our relationship, to include things that occur during the sacred sexual intimacy, which doesn't necessarily mean being in bed naked and, by traditional terms. No. But we've had a lot of things happen, including aspects coming into our room, appearing translucently, dimensional experiences, the disappearance of the ceiling and the walls and the floor, things like that. And I'm not saying that that's cool or that's, the right path. I'm just asking, have you experienced any type of presence of a third energy when you're in that frequency of love and sacred sexuality, whether you're intimate in the bed or just walking down through the forest holding hands? Have you had the presence of aspects or other dimensions or beings?
Yes. We have beings that communicate via me, and she can hear them. Entities that I'm becoming when I'm very high on energy, no substance, but we both can become very high, like you would take LSD. But this is what's happening to us just with energy, breathing, and whatever is happening to us. And then I become a transmedium. So many entities come through me when deliver knowledge or messages on a very high level and high scale. Yes.
And who would you say, or what would you say are these energies? Are they aspects of you? Are they galactic? Are they angelic? Are they something else?
The whole spectrum you mentioned. Everyone. Okay.
Yeah, but more galactic.
No.
No galactic.
No.
It's also angelic. And really the creator of the creator even. And the creator of us is in a direct connection with us and can tell us of all our background, connections, and so on. And at the same time, we are this multi-dimensional beings. Yeah. So of course we have all kind of types of galactic energies and families and creatures around us.
We have many strange things are happening.
Yeah,
like the animals that appear.
Yeah, but the main part is that it was never from the beginning focusing on aliens or extraterrestrials like that.
No aliens.
We have more, you can say, like, they call themselves as part of our light family, and it's an intergalactic cosmic council.
Yeah, intergalactic.
That's how they...
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that's... Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm not talking necessarily about you know, a stereotypical what somebody might call an alien. You know, I'm just understanding that there are both dimensional and interdimensional, right?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they're just of a, I guess light beings would be another way to put it.
Yeah,
Although there are some,
energy. You know,
Energy
it's
in the
energy
end is
field.
energy fields.
Yeah,
yeah,
we are unique. We are humans are unique. We have a physical form. It's
right,
quite unique on the planet Earth. On other areas of the galaxy, most of the conscious beings, let's say they have a conscious, have no physical body at all. They can be an energy field or some light, what we perceive as light movement, like spheres or some sacred geometry, even what we can perceive.
right. Well, that's what makes this place so great.
Yeah,
We get it all.
we are really, really, we can be in this physical body, but be out of the body in the astral, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah.
where we and she especially experiencing the most wild stories we can imagine.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. I'm, you know, you're both the same type of weirdness, so you're a perfect
Yeah,
fit.
we are
But you know,
very,
this
very,
is a this whole
we are very,
community
very
is weird.
weird.
This whole community is weird people. So you know,
Yeah, we are a community of weird people, and the
We all
point
the
is,
time love to find some other
yeah,
weirdos, but sometimes it's tricky to find them.
yeah,
they're all
because most
here.
people are
They're
afraid
all here.
of esoteric. Most people are afraid of this spirituality. You know, it's especially most people don't like this idea because they don't understand it.
Do you feel that your connection with each other and or these types of connections that are you know becoming more visible and more prevalent on the earth, do you feel like in your case or in the case of others or both that there's a specific reason that these connections are coming forward now? Like is
Yes,
there a
absolutely. They are even saying it.
Yeah, and also it's just super important that the ones who can connect with each other in that union in
Mhm.
hopefully zero karma.
Yeah.
Because there's a huge amazing group of souls wishing to come to planet Earth to bring a lot of extra light, to bring the new energies, to really shift all
It's all
the
about shifting.
old stuff. And they can't come when there is a karma in
Yeah.
between the parents,
Yeah,
because
it's
they
finished.
like to come pure.
Yeah.
So they cannot come immediately projection from bullshit from papa and mama onto this pure new soul.
It's gone.
It's not gonna work. It's not for the
No.
highest benefit. So this whole group, until there are more couples who are coming into that harmony with yourself and between each other, then you can bring amazing souls. But there's a lot of work for that to be done. So we are in the beginning. Of the possibility of that everything, the energy is getting a little bit more ready. And hopefully some spaces physically on the planet that these souls can actually arrive and not jumping in and out into some embryos and flop back into wherever. You know, have a little experience with mama or papa, who knows, but gone immediately. So some maybe try jump in and jump out, but the actual souls, that the souls actually can incarnate in the body and to actually have the life and be in full power from the beginning. Yeah, that's a new reality. That's a new chapter we are waiting for.
We only started the new age a year ago, you know, in the 21st of December last year. The age of Aquarius officially started.
That's the information we received.
What's that? The information what?
The age of Aquarius we started, the new age started a year ago in this 21 December 2021.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've heard a couple of different.
No, we tell you, it's very clear. It's the Mayan calendar finished and it took 8 years to last year to officially start. It was a preparation.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, but anyhow, what we're saying, we're only in the beginning of this new age. So many of the old dogmas,
For humans, yeah.
Old humans?
No, for the humans. This
Yeah.
is the age, the new age for humanity, basically.
Yeah, it's a new age for humanity, but still we are in the beginning of that. We are babies in that new age. So,
yeah, it is the beginning. We might be moving a lot faster than we think, though.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely, absolutely.
We could be moving a lot faster.
Yeah, we are feeling the rush.
Yeah.
We are feeling sometimes the days and the weeks. We don't really, we feel very fast from Friday to Friday.
Right.
Very, very fast, like boom. You know what? We've not done nothing. It's already a week. So it is true the time's running faster now.
So now, in regard to your multidimensionality and the connection of this relationship, where does the human stand? Is the human on point? Is the human first and foremost in your relationship, or is there more influence from your other aspects? In other words, how does the human aspect show up in the relationship? Is it something that is given a secondary role or a secondary priority, or is it given the highest priority? And I'm not talking about the ego. I'm talking about the human aspect, the holy aspect of the human.
Well, as long as we are not in this higher mode, or call it the higher self, or so when we are not channeling.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? You cut out.
When we are not initiating this higher mode or the higher self via meditation or breathing or whatever, then consciousness is becoming different.
Mm-hmm.
Then we are 100% in the physical with each other. We are very on the physical. We are planning. We are creating. We are envisioning. We are eating. We love to cook. And we are amazing chefs and beautiful creators. And we also have a serious projects we are developing for humanity. And that takes a lot of our time in thinking, talking, writing, and so on. We plan humanity, a solution plan for staying, living the best life of our life in paradise gardens.
As a human.
As a human.
Yeah.
As a human.
Right.
We have to, so shifting from this living and suffering and death and whatever, and a human who is killing the resources of the planet Earth. So this is the point. We are beautiful humans sucking, and I can call it killing, the resources of the planet Earth, each one of us, what we call ecological footprint that we put on this planet Earth. And as human beings, planet Earth is the paradise for us. And each one of us need to take an action to become with full respect to the planet Earth. And until that happens, the shift that we are talking about will never manifest, as most humanity lives right now.
Right. And
so we have a solution.
So and like, what do you? So there's something that you're working on together to provide for, from your space for humanity, like a template or a project. And is this where you met, in that place, in that temple where you met, and she never went back?
That was a startup. Yeah, that was a startup, but for different reason, it was a beginning. We learned a lot, and from that moment, we start to develop even further to that point where we are now. But indeed, the startup was 8 years ago. Yeah.
So what do you have there? I mean, is it like a retreat center? Is there housing? Do you have people helping you? How far along are you?
So we are not far along at all, because right now
we moved
from
Oh,
that.
you moved.
That,
okay.
Yeah, we moved. And now we are living in a village.
We became more human.
Yeah, more comfortable, because we discovered that we need some internet to develop our program, and over there it was really off the grid.
No, and the funny part was we both went into the experience with zero money and back to basic and love, blah blah blah. But in the middle of nowhere, I felt instantly I'm in the now moment, into the fourth dimension almost. The whole duality world with the past, future, good, bad, everything was gone. There is no thinking, what shall I do tomorrow? No, now I hear a bird. Now I like to eat something.
Yes.
Instantly. So from that moment,
we had to go back to the 3D.
Yeah, basically had to move out of that space to be able to connect to others. And also we talked about it. At some point it came down to us like abundance.
Yeah.
Abundance on every level. We had abundance of food, we had abundance of space, we have fruit, everything. But abundance of money, abundance of even water, electricity, because if no sunshine, no warm water, no electricity, no nothing. So in a way, hey, we deserve, again, from that point in time, abundance in water, in warm water, in electricity, in light.
Just better conditions,
new conditions to experience together, basically. That's what we felt.
But it's not the highest.
No, now we are ready to move on again.
Yeah, we're moving on.
Okay. Yeah. No, and that's what I was asking. I mean, you made a choice for the human aspect to.
I think so. Yeah.
To extend yourself to receive abundance by modern standards. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
In other words, it's all energy. There's nothing wrong with living in a village or money or possessions, but also I understand that you went into this place where you started together, which was very Spartan, and you were in the moment, and very cool. That's very cool.
And we tell you that the next place we move, we need to move in a group of 10 people. You see? This is what was lacking then 8 years ago, that now we're really searching for the 10 people or 5 couples like us or similar to us. What we love this is maybe the number one. Couples like that. So if there are couples like that, like to live in abundance on beautiful land and everything on a high level of living, contact us and let's do it.
I think we're all going to be able to move around wherever we want to go.
No, it's not only for us. So the startup will be of 10 people or 5 couples. The vision is all planet Earth will live like that.
Yeah, but we come from the point that we understand it's about sharing and caring, which is lacking.
Yeah.
And we can be the example what we wish to see in the world. So if I like to see everybody loving each other, okay, hey, I want to see couples in this amazing relationship. Oh, wow, okay, now I'm experiencing that. And it's somehow inspiring people, great. If not, I don't care. But
it's about
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Being who you are, and that can be that example. So now we have an amazing all year trees manifested in our car.
It's not about us anymore.
No, now we have everything, but it's not fun with 2 to share. If you are with 3 and more, we are a group. And if we talked about abundance, we truly manifested abundance we like to see everybody getting out of slavery on this planet. That's how we see it.
Yeah.
And freeing yourself. But it became so funny that we become the slave of our own abundance in hundreds of kilos of plums and figs and fruits. We have abundance of food. So
you became a gem factory.
We are amazing with this manifestation, but then again, coming from the other layer, we are all brothers and sisters. Yeah. There's so many levels,
right? On a, let's say if we were normal, we have the best life here. You understand? We don't need nothing more. We have everything what we want.
Can easily continue.
Yeah, until the end of our life. So, but we have a vision and humanity, and we have solution, and that's it. We're gonna bring the solution very clear. We're gonna do the startup of a group of 10 on a 5-acre land, which is not so big, and we're gonna do it. And then we're gonna show the example, and you in your surroundings, and everybody can do the same on 5-acre or up to 20-acre land groups. And this is beautiful like that. It's very simple. And
yeah, that's it. Like being with more souls in resonance and co-creating that paradise like we have here, mini, in a bigger scale.
Yeah.
And then it's just an example for what can manifest. And just being together, that frequency is already some collective consciousness, which can be to much more people automatically. Just being who you are, doing your thing, having fun and joy. And you don't need to focus anymore on everything in your surroundings from mess and
you can
bullshit.
Just have fun. No, the point is to have
this
fun.
Nice, good life in this high vibe.
Yeah.
In health, in wealth, in harmony for the other one and for everything.
It's a new level.
We must do it, and we are doing it. But now, hey,
we're doing it just
us.
Who's more with us?
Who's with us?
Yeah.
Where do we meet?
I hear you.
Yeah, we are in Portugal.
So,
if anybody wants to come to Portugal, we actually not focus on Portugal. We can move anywhere.
We want to be flexible.
Yeah. If you tell us, hey, I have 5 acres, we come over to you. It's not a problem.
Kabael, what is it that you love the most or admire the most about Elovena?
Many things, but the most number one is really her consciousness, her awareness. She's so advanced. It's amazing. I tell all the time, talk to women and show the example and bring them to that level. It's really so powerful. It's exactly what I love in her. This really higher consciousness, sensitivity also.
Elovena, I know you went to go live with a wild man in the middle of nowhere, which I can relate to that because Morgan's probably felt the same way. But what is it that you love and admire the most about him? I mean, you dropped everything and stayed. And so you must have been.
She left the golden cage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
really.
How it feels.
What is it that you? Yeah.
Yeah, the whole energy. Yeah, it's also the consciousness and the energy. It's like in complete awareness of everything he say, he do, he act. Like if let's say he's doing something which is not complete, that I'm like, oh, why? Immediately he get it already. So there is nothing we function on. We can communicate forever 24/7 by talking literally, but telepathically we're on the same, in hearing the same, like all the power that I feel truly, and I can be in my full on power and not feeling I'm too much. I'm pushing him away. He is like,
right.
You know, because I can be in my power and that fire and that energy or whatever fire. It doesn't matter. Just being me, I knew I need someone who can handle that. And this guy was for me first like, whoa, he is too much to handle in the first moment, because for me, how I experienced him, he came with so much fire. He has a lot of fire in him. I never experienced it. So I was like, how am I going to deal with it? And I had a lot of water, so I started to cry all the time. And he like, she's like a drama queen. And I don't want to cry. For what? But literally at some point, like pushing down a little bit of the fire and finding our balance.
Yeah.
And the moment
you got to make steam, right? You got to make some steam.
Wow.
mix the fire with the water.
We're all the time hot, brother.
Yeah, that's why y'all had to be out in the middle of nowhere, because it was a lot of.
In the mountains, it's freezing. You know.
There was a lot of noise coming from
we live
the
next
connection.
to a river now.
No, we love the water also. We love to jump in the water.
Yeah, y'all had to, like, bring your frequency down a little bit before you could come back in the village.
But the village is all old people. They don't. They are really in the past. We are like aliens for them, right?
So you're in Portugal. I mean, is it a small village or is it like a
Yeah, it's
city?
a very small village.
Yeah, this is also how this arrived. Crazy story, but it's a place now with there was a lot of energy.
Yeah.
But we felt nobody almost can live here the moment we arrived here.
Yeah.
But we felt we need to be here somehow.
Yeah.
Right.
But looking around us, what the fuck?
It's a
but
beautiful.
We are here.
Yeah, we are here. It's
we are
really
here.
Good for us. The surroundings, it's really in the past.
Yeah.
And we needed this place. It's like a retreat for us.
It's really good place to create, to plan.
Cool. Very cool. So do you like the stuff that you work on together? Like, are you doing it online, like the yoga, and then of course like the energy work? Do you work with other people?
We are doing online. Online, what we do is more focusing on an online clinic.
Okay.
We do online scans, online treatments.
Yes.
This is sessions. This is what we do online. The planning, what we plan, will be online, and we need basically it's going to be physical, be offline. But
that's what I meant. That's why I was saying,
attract more people. Yeah.
So and are you gonna do you feel like, I know your plans for the like some acreage and all that, but are you gonna stay in the village for now? I mean, you feel like you're gonna be there a while?
Until this opportunity that we can actually go and start build this
but also,
prototype.
Also, right now it feels like we always have this question. We want to be flexible for whatever can manifest.
Yeah, we are.
Our house can be for sale. We can move. If someone wants to buy it and live here, come and take it.
No problem.
Or we say we're gonna be in a camper van and start driving around. Maybe if that is more important than us being here, we will do that. Yeah. So we have all kind of parallel options and ideas, and we are a little bit in that mode now, like which one is manifesting.
We are waiting for the signals.
Yeah.
So we project few options, parallel options, but wait for the signals. For example, what happened after this talk, many outcomes, right? Or when we meet people. So we're waiting for we'll go forward. Every opportunity of somebody saying, I have an acreage there, we have an acreage there. So it's really coming. We need to choose what would be the better, because it must be a prototype that we can document really well, with video and such, so people can copy this to other places. So that's the vision.
Right on. So, and how has COVID affected you? I mean, affected your life or over the last?
The only effect is that we cannot fly. That's the only effect.
Oh, you have to have a vaccination ID to call,
or a test.
Test.
This test is a sham scam. We are not part of it. Everything is a scam.
And
we cannot be part of anything which is a lie, a scam, a fraud. We are abusing our soul. We cannot be part of it. The only thing we are part of it because we have to go to a supermarket is put that mask, but it's also a fraud. But we are doing it, how do you say, somehow 50-50.
Yeah. That's it. How do you take on that that opposite polarity energy, like such as a mask or COVID, or how do you take that on in your field?
We know the agenda for minimum 20 years, 30 years. So we already
we
knew
prepared for it.
Everything, and we prepare.
Yeah.
We know things like this are coming. You just need to even follow science fiction films or something like that,
Yeah.
then
no,
once you see
it's
it,
not a shock that it happened. We knew that it will happen.
it's
and
just super annoying for me many times.
Annoying.
Yeah.
No, we really, the only thing that annoying is these masks, because it's really difficult
No,
to
but
breathe.
also the amount of fear
Yeah.
what's being put on humanity.
Mhm.
We know exactly who's behind. We know exactly why, how people can behave. So we all together can go out of this, but
And it's
nobody knows
Yeah.
or nobody see it. Are not there yet, and we need to shout it, or we need to, show ourselves that we have a different reality.
All in all, what we understand is this COVID, these last 2 years, is experiment of the rulers of the world, experiment to see how humans behave when governments give orders. So it's just a test. It's a test. It's not the end game now. It will be finished in few weeks or few months, this chapter, but it was just an experiment that they will learn how well humanity citizens behave. And what we can see behaved really good in their eyes. But we hope the next chapter will not be that easy for them. This is what we hope for.
Well, I think it just comes down to our perspective and our beliefs, and how well we can take on that adversarial energy.
Yeah.
Adversarial.
Yeah, it's an energy.
Yeah, I mean, because it's still all just mirrors of us. I mean, so there is the end game that you're talking about. I guess there really is no end game. I was just curious as to how you took on the energy of it. God, you guys are a lot of energy, and I really am happy that you two met. It's a fascinating story, and I know that you will realize and align with like-minded couples, and I wish you the very best always. And I just want to say thank you for opening up your heart and opening up your private life and coming in and having a talk.
We love to share. We love to share, and we love to meet again if you like. It's really nice.
Yes. And you guys, what is it? Boa noche.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Boa noche, botard. Yeah.
They say all the time, good afternoon still until 10. It's crazy. I still don't speak the language,
Well, it's not it's an easier language than English, but yeah. Well, you'll learn it. You hang around long enough, you'll learn it. Y'all take care. Peace out.
Take care.
Thank you so much. All right.
You take care,
everybody.
Harmony and love.
We'll be back in like an hour and a half with another show, and so we'll see y'all. If y'all want to come back around, we'll be in.